anniversary of a monumental Senate debate 167 years ago. In this We the People segment, Taylor Fleming shares us and shows us how this event helped elevate one of Illinois' favorite sons.
1858 was a significant year. Abraham Lincoln was running against Stephen Douglas for Senate, and thousands of people were gathered right here at Knox College to watch them debate for hours. The Galesburg Senate debate was the fifth in a series of 7 that would make their mark on American history.
Lincoln had actually challenged Judge Douglas to debate publicly because Lincoln realized very early in the campaign that if he couldn't pin Douglas down on some of the points he was trying to make, that he was probably going to wind up losing.
These debates started the path to events we see today, from city council to the White House. But in Lincoln's day, debates took 3 hours, with each candidate making their points for an hour and a half total. The Galesburg debate was the most well-attended in the series, even though historians say the weather was cold and blustery. There was likely more than 15,000 people there, though estimates vary.
Public oratory was popular, so many of the people were undoubtedly interested in the political issue of the day, but a lot of people came just because it was a big deal event.
The issue that dominated the debates was slavery and whether the institution should be allowed when new states joined the Union. At the time, Lincoln was not arguing to end slavery in the southern states, but as a Republican, he thought new states should be free states. His opponent thought local populations should decide. The Republican Party had been recently established, running their first presidential candidate in 1856. Galesburg was a Republican and anti-slavery stronghold, heavily involved with the Underground Railroad. Many of those attending the debate were Lincoln's supporters. Perhaps this was why he felt able to be more bold with his arguments.
This was the first time, other than a quick aside at the first debate in Ottawa, where he really decided to talk about slavery being immoral. And at one point, he turns to Stephen Douglas, his opponent in the debate, and said, "You're blowing out the moral lights around us if you contend that one person can be a slaveholder and another person can be enslaved."
Lincoln continued to use this moral argument at subsequent debates in the series. Ultimately, Lincoln didn't win the Senate election in 1858.
Even though Lincoln will lose, he really rises in national prominence. These debates are being picked up by newspapers in New York and Boston and Philadelphia because these two men are debating the biggest issue of the day.
The Lincoln-Douglas debates turned Abe into a contender for president 2 years later in 1860. And that election he did win, making him the nation's 16th president. In Galesburg, Taylor Fleming, 25 News.